this feels normal, we've got a problem. In this video, we're gonna look beneath the surface of short-form content, TikToks, Reels, Shorts, and we're gonna find out what they are really doing to our brains. How do these 10-second videos affect your attention span, your memory, your emotions, your sleep, and even your ability to enjoy everyday life? What is context switching, and how does that relate to terminal boredom? What is phasic dopamine, and how do these apps abuse it? We will go through it all, because these videos are no longer just entertainment. They're conditioning you, reshaping how you think. And the worst part is, most of us don't even realize it's happening. Before TikTok, before Reels, before Shorts, there was Vine. Launched in 2013, Vine let users upload looping videos no longer than 6 seconds. That's barely enough time to even tell a joke, but that was kind of the point. Vine forced creativity under pressure. You had to hook people instantly. Attention wasn't just valuable, it was the entire currency. And it worked. People started thinking in 6-second punchlines. But Vine died in 2017, not because it failed, but because it was too early. Then came Musical.ly. Initially, this app was designed to host educational content between 3 to 5 minutes long, but they realized quickly this isn't what the people wanted, so they switched to short-form content. Videos were now 15 seconds to 1 minute long. They added music and let people lip-sync and dance. Musical.ly's user base exploded, and it quickly became one of the world's most popular social media platforms. In just a few years, the app had more than 200 million registered users. But in 2018, it was absorbed by a Chinese company and reborn as TikTok.
What is this? Very small animal.
TikTok perfected the algorithm. It didn't just show you videos, it learned how long you watched them, what you skipped, what you rewatched, and then it fed you a hyper-personalized dopamine cocktail. And in just a few years, TikTok became the most popular app in the world, surpassing Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. In 2021 alone, TikTok was downloaded over 656 million times. And by 2024, users were spending a combined total of 4.8 billion minutes on TikTok every day. That's the equivalent of 9,132 years, burned away every single day. And today, TikTok has over 1.5 billion active users, all scrolling through their free time. But TikTok's real genius wasn't just going viral, it was in learning you. What made you leave? What made you stay? It turned into a personalized dopamine factory, one that cared about nothing but your attention. Your brain runs on dopamine. It's a chemical that tells you, this feels good, do it again. It rewards you for things like eating, socializing, achieving goals, and in a healthy brain, dopamine helps you survive and stay motivated. But here's where it gets more interesting. There are 2 different ways dopamine can be fired in your brain: tonic versus phasic. Tonic dopamine is a slow, steady release, and it regulates your baseline motivation. On the other hand, phasic dopamine is sudden bursts. It triggers when your brain thinks a reward might be coming, even before it happens. And this is what short-form content abuses, the firing of phasic dopamine. These apps are constantly presenting you with unpredictable stimuli, which results in an overload of phasic dopamine. And the scary part is, once your brain connects an activity with the release of dopamine, it starts craving that activity. Not for the content itself, but for the chemical hit it knows is coming. This is dopamine-based operant conditioning. The brain learns that the swipe action may deliver pleasure, especially when the reward is intermittent. This uncertainty of what type of content you're gonna get spikes dopamine more than the guaranteed outcomes. The same trick used by slot machines. But the more dopamine you flood your brain with, the less sensitive it becomes. That's called dopamine tolerance. What used to feel exciting now feels normal. And to get the same feeling, you need more scrolling, more stimulation. This is partially why people who spend a lot of time consuming short-form content report higher levels of depression. Their brains have built up a tolerance to phasic dopamine spikes, making real life dull and unstimulating by comparison. And of course, this isn't the only negative effect of doom scrolling. Along with depression, studies have linked excessive short-form content use to an increase in anxiety, disrupted sleep, reduced attention span, and a declining prospective memory. And this decline in prospective memory directly relates to something called context switching. Every time you swipe, your brain is forced into a completely new situation. And here's the problem. Your brain's memory systems aren't designed for that type of rapid, unrelated switching. It's like trying to read a book where every sentence is a different story. Over time, this weakens something called prospective memory, your ability to remember to do things in the future. You might notice it as forgetting why you walked into a room, missing deadlines, or losing track of small daily tasks. The constant reset button of short-form content trains your brain to live entirely in the moment and forget the rest. For a lot of people, anything that isn't screen-related feels unbearable. You can't focus, you can't sit still, and your brain just refuses to engage. Psychiatrist Dr. K calls this terminal boredom.
And now what I'm seeing is a terminal level of boredom, where anytime you do anything that is not related to a screen, you experience an intense and unsolvable level of boredom. It starts to feel like reading is like torture. Your mind can't focus. You're kind of doing this and this. You're like, okay, maybe I need to sign up for a class or I need to do a coding boot camp. But like the second you try to do anything else, it seems like your brain just doesn't grab onto it at all. Things that you used to feel enjoyable are just not enjoyable anymore.
On the surface, Reels and TikTok seem harmless. A quick laugh, a cute dog, a trending dance. But under the surface, something much bigger is happening. Your brain is being rewired. Dopamine systems are being overloaded. And remember, the wave of short-form content has only been wildly popular for less than a decade. We have no idea what it could do to our brains over an entire lifetime, or how it might shape whole generations raised on it. Society has discovered a new kind of drug, one that you don't have to smoke or inject. Just swipe. Short-form content is rapidly growing, and all the facts back this up. In 2021, Shorts was getting an average of 30 billion views a day. In 2022, it went up to 50 billion, then the next year 70 billion, and today, YouTube Shorts is now averaging 200 billion views a day. Shorts now make up 60% of the uploaded content on YouTube. Nearly 60% of new YouTube channels that experience rapid growth rely on Shorts. Shorts with an immediate hook in the first 2 seconds retain 19% more viewers than those with a slow start. 16,000 TikTok videos are uploaded every minute. That's over 23 million a day. Shorts views have grown 2.4 to 3 times faster than long-form video views in the past 3 years. An average TikTok user opens up the app 20 times a day. Most people only watch about 3 to 4 minutes of a long-form video before clicking a We've been trained to expect something new every few seconds, and if we don't get it, our brain goes looking for it somewhere else. If you're still watching this video right now, you're in the minority. Most people who clicked on this video didn't make it this far. They got bored and left. But maybe now you can see why these longer, deeper videos might matter a little bit more than endless scrolling. Because unlike a 15-second clip, a long-form story can actually give your brain room to wrestle with something bigger than a punchline. Now, I'm not here to say never watch short-form content. In moderation, it's fine, just like junk food. But overdo it and the long-term effects can be damaging. And in a world where every platform is fighting for the smallest slice of your attention, maybe choosing to spend that attention on something meaningful is the most rebellious thing you can do. Short-form content is the fast food of the mind. And if it's all you feed it, don't be surprised when your brain stops craving anything else.